Ah, hello. I am Krusty, you scum. I am here today to read you a children's tale for the ages. A legendary one. You may have read this yourself. You may remember it from your youth. Perhaps you are still in your youth. Perhaps you are wise beyond your years and have landed on this channel and have found the wisdom there within and want me to explain this very clever and deep, meaningful book to you. Because that's what we're doing. We are exploring the themes in a book, because meaning is always usually there in things which you may not think it will be in. But books are pieces of art, aren't they? And usually, in artwork, you hide some meaning in there or something. Every little detail means something, and that is no different with our book today. Hungry Caterpillar. The very hungry caterpillar. He's very, very hungry. So we're going to read this book now, as recommended by you, the wonderful audience. The Very Hungry Caterpillar by Eric Carle. Carl E. Also, yes, I'm wearing a bow tie. Obviously, I'll take this very seriously. Very seriously, as I should do. It is a very serious situation. This stuff is not a joke. Anyway, let's begin the story. In the light of the moon, a little egg lay on a leaf. See the egg there? That is egg, or perhaps a drop of yogurt somebody spilled on a leaf. But for the purposes of this is an egg. Also, there's a moon. Sinister looking bastard, isn't it? Who would trust that moon? I wouldn't trust a moon that looked that sinister. Looks like he's got an air of sexual deviance about him as well, doesn't he? Maybe he created the egg. I mean, they're the same colour almost, so maybe there's some biological answers right there. One Sunday morning, the warm sun came up and pop! Out of the egg came a tiny and very hungry caterpillar. There's the sun, once again, pulsating and rampant with sexual deviancy. And there's a little caterpillar, look. You want me to get closer? There it is. There he is. There's a little caterpillar. Doesn't look like a very happy caterpillar, but I mean, he's just been born. It's only downhill from there. He started to look for some food. As you would do. Basic instincts, isn't it? Food, water, sex. Not always necessarily in that order, but it depends, again, seemingly on the theme of this sexual deviancy. This sexual deviancy. What is sexual deviancy? Sexual deviant, a condition such as exhibitionism or masochism in which sexual gratification is derived from activities or fantasies that are generally regarded as atypical or deviant. So that's what that means. So the caterpillar is looking for food, and here, microphone fell over. So the caterpillar, we have established now, is on the hunt for some food. And here we see an interesting design choice of lots of little hidden layers. Is the camera picking that up? Okay. So on Monday, he ate through one apple, but he was still hungry. Just like it ate through it. He didn't eat it, he ate through it. Like he didn't eat the whole apple. He just drilled a hole right through it and left it. Wasteful little blighter, isn't he? On Tuesday, he ate through 2 pears, but he was still hungry. You can see there, he's done the same again to the pears, drilling right through them, just one little hole, little tunnel going right through them. So he's wasted 2 pears there. Like, he could eat the whole apple, and then if he's still hungry, maybe he can move on to a pear. And then he doesn't have to waste 2 pears in an apple, does he? I mean, he could just eat the whole thing, you know? I mean, if you're still hungry, there's plenty of food there, isn't there? As I'm saying, wasting. I mean, food resources are a problem in certain parts of the world. Here's this little arrogant caterpillar, thinks he can just drill through everything, eat whatever he wants, believe the stuff he doesn't really care that much about. It's like if you're starving on an island and someone gives you a sandwich and then you ask them to remove the crusts. No, eat the crusts. I don't care if you don't like crusts, you're gonna die. Fucking eat the crusts. On Wednesday, he ate through 3 plums, but he was still hungry. And again, he doesn't eat the whole plums, does he? I mean, he's like a tiny little apocalypse upon the fruit world. On Thursday, he ate through 4 strawberries, but he was still hungry. Of course he was. Look, that's 4 strawberries. If he started with them, because they're the smallest ones so far and just left it, I wouldn't be quite as angry with it. As it turns out, I'm very irritated. I mean, it just seems to be a running theme. He eats everything, but doesn't really eat everything. So he eats what he wants to eat and leaves the crap he doesn't want. And then everyone else just has to just have his leftovers. Arrogant little caterpillar, hope he gets stepped on. On Friday, he ate through 5 oranges, but he was still hungry. Whoa. Does he stop with fruit? No, he doesn't. Look at this. Look at this. Unbelievable. On Saturday, he ate through 1 piece of chocolate cake, 1 ice cream cone, 1 pickle, 1 slice of Swiss cheese, 1 slice of salami, 1 lollipop, 1 piece of cherry pie, 1 sausage, 1 cupcake, and 1 slice of watermelon. That night, look, he had a stomachache. That night, he had a stomachache. Good. Good. I mean, that's the least of what he should be feeling. Look at this as well. Look how sad and upset he looks there. Look. Bloody deserves it. Seriously, I read this book myself when I was really young. I forgot what happens. Haven't touched it since. Obviously, matured considerably since then, as is evident by my wearing of a bow tie. The next day was Sunday again. The caterpillar ate through 1 nice green leaf, and after that, he felt much better. Well, it's good that he felt much better, isn't it? It doesn't matter about everyone else. This is the most inconsiderate caterpillar I think I've ever known. And, I mean, I've never met one, but if they're all this inconsiderate, we should just burn them. We should just burn them. Now he wasn't hungry anymore, and he wasn't a little caterpillar anymore. He was a big, fat caterpillar. Obviously. I mean, what does he expect? You ingest more calories than you expel, then you're going to get fat. That's just logical, isn't it? Should exercise. Exercise is very important. Nobody told this caterpillar that. He built a small house called a cocoon around himself. He stayed inside for more than 2 weeks, then he nibbled a hole in the cocoon, pushed his way out, and he was a beautiful butterfly. Quite a predictable ending, really, isn't it? I mean, there's no real twist there. Just, he is what he usually would be. I'd also expect him to get his comeuppance at some point, but he doesn't. I love his little face, though. It looks as if he doesn't really understand what's going on. He's just really confused. Nibbles his way out of a cocoon, which, by the way, just looks like a big old poo. And suddenly he can fly and stuff, and he's all pretty suddenly. And now after that page, there's just, I guess, the skin of everything and everyone he killed. And now, of course, that he can fly, he can just lift them all up and drop all the skins all over the world, just covering the world in death. I would suggest, of course, that this book that I just read, The Very Hungry Caterpillar, is a book about genocide. It explores a lot of dark themes. Dark themes, of course, very important to explore, to understand and respect. We shouldn't cast away dark themes, otherwise we run the risk of being conquered by them ultimately. Overall, I would give the Very Hungry Caterpillar 7 walruses out of 10 penguins. I thought it was pretty shit. Now we can move on to what we're doing next week on Scumday Sundays, the most adventurous and wonderful time of the week. So for the next Scumday Sundays, I'm going to give you a chance to really showcase your artistic integrity. I'm going to trust you with this. In the description below, there is a link to Discord. Inside that Discord, there will be a separate chat area channel called Photoshop Competition. Inside that area called Photoshop Competition, there will be some pictures of my face for you, and then you can use those pictures of my face to include in Photoshop pictures that you make. And in the next episode of Scumday Sundays, I shall go through those Photoshops and pictures you have made with my face in them, and we shall rate them heavily. Now, you don't have to use those pictures of the ones I will be providing. You can use any picture you get of me, of my face, from any video or whatever. Doesn't matter. I just think I'll just give you some faces. I'll just give you some faces to take. Now, once you've completed your work of art and you wish to submit it, there will also be another category of chatting in the Discord saying Photoshop submissions. And that's where you can put it in there, and then we can gather them all up and I can see them all. So thank you very much for watching, but this video is now done. So I'll see you in the next video that I create, which you can gaze upon with those eyes in your heads.